Yvette Rios for thelatin-kitchen.com, and I want to share with you guys one of my favorite salad recipes that's perfect for this time of year. It's a harvest salad, and what I love about it is it uses roasted vegetables as its core, so you can roast the vegetables once a week and have them the whole week long. So it's perfect. Okay, so to start, I'm going to cut up my onions. Onions are a great thing to roast because they get nice and sweet when you roast them, and they're easy to roast. So I cut it in half. I like to leave it attached here by the stem because it makes it easier to control. Cut down like this. Get your hands out of the way. And that way they all stay together. See that? And then you can cut off that end like that. I've heard lots of thoughts on how to not cry when you cut onions. My abuela, for instance, told me that if I put half on my head like this and then cut, I won't cry when I cut my onions. But the truth of the matter is, what you need is a really, really sharp knife. Because what the sharp knife is going to do is it's going to prevent any of those oils from kind of getting pressed and squirted out. It's just going to cut right through. Okay, so I've got my onions ready. I'm gonna cut up some peppers. I've got carrots that I already cut up into little slices like this, so those are ready to go. And then I've also got some fingerling potatoes. Now when I roast, I like to roast either fingerling potatoes or red potatoes because again, they have that sweetness. And when you're roasting, you kind of want everything to be about the same size. That's a trick to, why knife skills are so important for top chefs, is because it's important if everything is the same size, everything is gonna cook at essentially the same temperature. So, and the same speed. So I'm gonna cut up my potatoes. Okay, so when you're cutting a pepper, a bell pepper like this, the seeds need to come out and then some of the membrane needs to come out. When you're cutting a very hot pepper, it's crucial to cut out the seeds and the membrane because that's where all of the heat is. The seeds are super hot, the membrane is super hot, so the more of that stuff you cut out, the less spicy your pepper is gonna be. So you're still gonna get all the flavor. A trick when you're cutting too is you don't want things to be unstable like this. Always try to put it down so that it's flat against the cutting board, and that gives you way more control. So I'm just gonna cut through here like this. And again, I'm just trying to make sure that my slices are about the same size so that everything cooks at about the same rate. So I've already got my oven warmed up to 350 degrees, which is a perfect roasting temperature. Okay, so this is a butternut squash. It's a really sweet squash, perfect for this time of year. It's in season. So what you want to do with this little guy is you cut it right down the center. And then what you're going to do is just with a spoon, just take out the inside, all the seeds and stuff. And you're just going to take that out and put it in a bowl. So there you go. And then before you start cutting it, you actually just want to peel the outside. So I've got a peeler here, and I'm just going to peel away the outside. You could also use a sharp knife, but this is really a lot safer. Okay, so I've got all my vegetables cut up, and I preheat my oven to 350 degrees. So 350 degrees is perfect for roasting vegetables, usually between 350 and 400. It's gonna cook for about 30 to 40 minutes, so you wanna make sure you give yourself plenty of time. But once they're cooked, you can use them in just about anything. So I've got my baking tray right here. I like to use parchment paper when I bake because it makes it much easier to clean the tray. But also I find that it cooks much more evenly when all the vegetables are on a little bit of paper before they hit the tray. And you can just kind of mix them in there because this is all gonna combine all the flavors and it's gonna be so delicious. But when you roast, you wanna make sure that there's plenty of real estate because the more stacked things are, the more it kind of doesn't get crispy and brown, it just sort of kind of gets mushy. So you want to have as much space as possible between your vegetables. And you want to just put a nice amount of olive oil in there. Olive oil is a great oil for you, it's good for your heart, it's got tons of great flavor, and it's great for roasting. And make sure that they all get nice and coated. And then to this, I'm gonna add salt and pepper. So I've got some pepper right here. And I'm gonna add some salt. And then I'm gonna throw in some garlic cloves. And you can just throw these in whole. Okay, so I've got my garlic in there, and now I'm gonna add some rosemary. And what I like to do is I just take off the rosemary needles like this, because it's kind of a piney herb. And you know what you want to do when you're using herbs, they're kind of woody herbs like rosemary and like oregano, and then there are soft herbs like basil. And some herbs, the softer ones, are not good to roast because they're too delicate and they break down in the oven. But the woody ones like rosemary are perfect for roasting. I'll throw a couple more in there. Perfect. Now I'm gonna stick these right in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes. When they start getting a little brown and crispy, just keep going in there maybe every 10 minutes or so and just mixing it up and then smoothing them back out so you get them cooked all the way through. Smells so good. I wish you guys had smell-o-vision right now because it smells awesome. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take these off of the baking tray and put them in a bowl to cool, because if you leave them on the tray, they're actually gonna keep cooking because the metal of the tray is still hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so now you just put these to the side so that they can cool off. And then I'm gonna get started on my salad dressing. Now for my salad, I'm gonna make one of my favorite dressings. This is a lime and cilantro dressing. You can make this, keep it in the fridge for up to 2 weeks and use it in just about anything, but it's perfect for our harvest salad. So what I've got here is I've got some olive oil, lime juice, and I used fresh squeezed lime juice. The stuff that's already pasteurized and everything tastes a little funky, so try to use the real deal. I've got cilantro and honey, and then I'm also gonna add a jalapeno pepper and some garlic to this, and then of course salt and pepper to taste. So I'm just gonna throw in my bowl here my olive oil, lime juice, my cilantro that I've already minced up really small. Put that in there. I'm just gonna whisk this together. And one of the things that I like to do when I'm making dressing like this is I like to put it in a mason jar or any kind of jar that has a lid, and then you can just kind of shake it. But what you'll see is that the lime juice and the olive oil are already starting to kind of become emulsified, so you'll get kind of like a creamy look, which is what you want. So I'm gonna add some honey to this. And I usually put about 2 tablespoons of honey, but you can kind of do it to taste. That looks about right. And then I'm gonna whisk this in there too. Now for my jalapeno, you can use as much pepper as you want. If you want it real spicy, you can use the whole pepper. If you just want to keep it a little bit milder, you can use part of it. I'm gonna use about a teaspoon of pepper. So what I like to do is you cut the end off like that, and then you're gonna cut your pepper down the center. And then you see the seeds and the membrane in there is where all the heat is. So you want to try to peel those off as much as possible to get the mildest flavor. If you want the spice, you can leave a little bit more of the membrane and the seeds. But if you want to get rid of all the spice, just go ahead and just peel off that membrane like that. And you want to mince this as small as possible so that you can add it to your dressing. So that's pretty good for the pepper. So I'm gonna put that in there. Make sure to wash your hands well before you adjust your contact lenses, or anybody else's after you've been cutting jalapeno peppers, because like all peppers, they've got some heat and they will burn you, and it's not cute. Okay, so I've got my garlic over here. I'm just gonna take out the stem, and then I'm gonna mince my garlic also. So I'm gonna cut it into little pieces like that. Okay, so that seems about right. I'm gonna put that right into my dressing. And now you're just gonna mix this up. Make sure you get it all in there. And of course you wanna taste it. And if you want a little bit more acid, you add more lime juice. You need it a little sweeter, you can always add more honey. But this is about the ratio, equal parts olive oil, lime juice, about 2 tablespoons of honey. Oh, that's perfect, very good. Okay, cool, I'm gonna put this to the side, and now it's time to assemble our salad. I'm using arugula for my greens, but of course you could use spinach, you could use lettuce, but I like arugula because it's got that kind of bite to it. It's perfect for the sweetness of our roasted vegetables. So I'm gonna put some right in there with the salad. And again, these roasted vegetables, you can just keep them and eat them all week long in sandwiches and anything you'd like. So I'm just gonna mix these in there. And then to this, I'm gonna add our dressing. And now I'm just gonna toss it. I like to toss the dressing right into my salad so that all of the pieces are nicely coated. Just gives it such great flavor. And then you just plate it up, And I'm telling you, everybody is gonna love this harvest salad. It's healthy, it's perfect for fall, and it's so easy to put together. And there you go, a simple harvest salad that's perfect for this time of year. It's easy to make, and you can roll it over from one dish to the next. I'm Yvette Rios for thelatinkitchen.com. Hasta la próxima.